Happy Thursday, Millbrook. This coming Sunday, though we'll be doing the Bible year as we have been in our worship service, is Transfiguration Sunday. It is the last Sunday before the beginning of the season of Lent. I hope you'll join us on Ash Wednesday, on Wednesday, February 14th, either from 12 to 1 in the sanctuary to receive prayer and the imposition of ashes with a pastor one-on-one, or at the service at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, February 14th. That begins this season of Lent, which is a season of repentance and self-reflection and time to really come back to God. So appropriately, it begins with this story of the Transfiguration as the last Sunday before Lent, and I'll read it to you. This is from Mark 9. 6 days later, Jesus took with him Peter and James and John and led them up to a high mountain apart by themselves. And he was transfigured before them. And his clothes became dazzling white, such as no one on earth could bleach them. And there appeared to them Elijah and Moses, who were talking with Jesus. Then Peter said to Jesus, "Rabbi, it is good for us to be here. Let us make 3 dwellings, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He did not know what to say, for they were terrified. Then a cloud overshadowed them, and from the cloud there came a voice, "This is my son, the beloved. Listen to him." And suddenly when they looked around, they saw no one among them but Jesus. As they were coming down the mountain, he ordered them to tell no one about what they had seen until after the Son of Man had risen from the dead. So in this little story, I see several different parts. One is they went away by themselves. The second is that they experienced a real change in the way that Jesus looked even. The third is that they wanted to stay, they wanted to linger. And the fourth is that they had to go back into the world. I think this is actually helpful for us as we begin to think about this season of Lent. It is time and it is important to take time apart. The louder and busier that our world gets, I believe it is more and more essential and radical to take times of silence, to take times away, even if it's just turning off the TV, shutting down all of the noise around us, to listen to God and to be with God. When we do that, we often experience a real change. It might be something that happens to us in prayer. We might have a very real experience of God's presence. We might have a vision like was so real to them at the Transfiguration. And we have a desire to stay. I know the more kinds of experiences like that, the more I want more of them. The more I want to linger in them and create them in my life. And in the end, at some point, we do go back into the world down from the mountain. But hopefully those mountaintop experiences where we are apart and away and we experience a change, even when we want to stay and we have to go back, strengthen us for the journey. They give us hope. They give us encouragement. They give us this real experience of God that can feel far away at times, so that we can, in our day-to-day lives, follow him, seek him, live at peace with ourselves, with God, with our neighbor. So I hope as we begin to turn towards this Lenten season, you will hold those things close in your heart and practice them. Take time apart and by yourself. And there may you experience some real change, some tangible experience of God. You will want to linger and linger as long as you can. And then when you have to go back into your day-to-day life, whatever that looks like for you, may those experiences strengthen you, inspire you, and give you what you need for the journey of following Jesus.